What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 300 subscribers, of course. And another team was eliminated tonight, and it was none other than the Boston Celtics. And the Boston Celtics have a lot of thinking going on to go into this offseason. Obviously, the Jason Tatum injury in Game 4 really hurt them so badly, but they ended up getting one in Boston like I expected them to do. I'm pretty sure I said that in that video. But they lost tonight in 6 games, and they got absolutely destroyed from start to finish. Like, that shit was crazy. But what's next for the Boston Celtics? And obviously, Jason Tatum is going to be out majority of the season next year. So they're most likely going to be playing through Jaylen Brown and Derek White. And can they hold it down until Tatum comes back? And reality, that game five win looked like they could possibly do this. But that game 6. Oh my god, like, that shit was crazy, bro, from start to finish, belt the ass. But obviously, we all know, if you're watching this video, you probably know that the Celtics have a situation. They have a money situation. Like, they can't pay all of these players. Obviously, they're under contract, but I heard the second apron, I believe that's what it's called, it's going to hit this season. So the Celtics are going to have to trade some players. And who do they get back in these deals? Can they still help this team? And without your best player, obviously, it's going to be tough to win games, stay into these games, and obviously be competitive. But can they hold it down? Because obviously the East is known as a weak conference, and they're not a lot of for sure teams to go to the playoffs. I can really count, like, on my fingers. Probably the Cavs if they run it back, but they just lost in 5 to the Pacers. The Pacers, that's going to be back. The Knicks, who just won and now are in the conference finals. Like, the Magic, maybe, I don't know. Like, there's not for sure names that that's going to be for sure set in the playoffs. Because obviously the Bucks, I would say the Bucks, but there's not a likely that Giannis will be back next season. And obviously Damian Lillard is going to be out all season. So what do? There's a lot of injuries this season. Like, the injury bug was turned all the way up this season. But who do you keep? Do you keep Porzingis? Porzingis obviously had a stinker this playoffs, and it's obvious because he had a major illness going on. And I'm surprised his illness lasted this long. He had this illness during the regular season, obviously, but it gotten worse during this season. That obviously he's not able to play through. He feels it in his body, like, pause, but he feels it, like, he's tired. He's going to the bench in a deep sweat. He's breathing all hard. He's not playing like the normal Kristaps Porzingis we're accustomed to, because obviously during the regular season he was an automatic 15 points. He was always on my parlay, but now you can't even put him on the leg. He's probably scoring under 3 points. Tonight he had 4 points. Jaylen Brown, he's going to be the leader, obviously, to step up. He's getting paid like a leader, so he better step up like one. How does Brad Stevens build this team around Jaylen Brown this offseason? Because obviously, without Tatum, you build around Tatum. Now, Tatum's not going to be expected to be back until like February, March. So how do you hold it down? You have to hold it down until Jason Tatum comes back. And I think Jaylen Brown could probably do it. A lot of people are hating on Jaylen Brown, but it's possible he could lead the Celtics to probably a 6 or 7 seed until he comes back. Derek White, obviously, Derek White did not have a good game this game. He played good all the series, but the game they needed him, he had 8 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Obviously, Al Horford, he's getting up there in age. Probably, I know Al Horford's coming back next season. Al Horford is 38. Wait, damn. So he could decide to retire this season, but I don't see Al doing that. He's still a productive player. But I don't know. Like, don't you still have to pay Peyton Pritchard this season too, or they already paid him? It's just a lot of decisions Brad Stevens has to make. And Brad Stevens has been a great GM to this point, but obviously he's going to be tested this season, whether he moves off of Drew Holiday, Porzingis, or both, because obviously if money wasn't an issue, I have no doubt about that this team would stick together. But obviously that's just not going to happen. It was Tatum's last game playing with this roster specifically. Like, they're going to make a lot of moves. They're going to be in the trade market because they have to release some of their salary cap issues. You can't have 6 players on your team making over $25 million. It just can't happen. And Peyton Pritchard is going to get paid if he's not under contract already, because he's a 6th man of the year. Their bench, you maybe upgrade your bench while moving Porzingis or Drew Holiday. You add more depth instead of being this super juggernaut, but they're gonna keep their first. They're gonna keep their identity, their 3-point shooting identity. I have no doubt about it. It's just a lot of things that go along with the Boston Celtics that they have to make decisions on, if that makes sense. Because in my opinion, they were probably going to lose this game with or without Tatum. Like, they didn't play like their normal Boston Celtics selves in the first 2 games. Those 2 games, them choking those 20-point leads, it's rough. Like, it's a rough thing to do. But obviously, the Knicks are some fighters. They fought all postseason. They haven't beaten Comp, and it turns out they beat Comp 4 times, and now they're going to test against a team that they lost to last season. But obviously, Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson wasn't healthy in that series. Not a lot of people were not mentioning that when they talk about that series, but it should be fun. The game 1 is on Wednesday. Damn, that's a long ass time. It's a long ass break. But game 1's in the Garden, and this video is about the Celtics. So I don't know, like, how long. I think if I was the Celtics or Jason Tatum, I'll let Tatum sit out next year, because obviously Achilles takes a while to recover from. The only player that successfully recovered and became close to his past self was Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant is an anomaly, like they call Jason Tatum, which is funny. But tearing your Achilles at 27 is horrible, bro. Like, that shit is crazy. And no matter how much you hate Tatum, you don't like Tatum, or you love Tatum, you can just feel bad for him. I'm not saying I feel bad for the Boston Celtics, because they deserve this, and their fans. Their fans are, I don't know, like, they're just annoying to me. Like, there's no words to describe them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video is what's next for the Boston Celtics. But yeah, I think it's next for the Boston Celtics, and I hope you guys enjoyed. The next Pacers video is probably gonna come out tomorrow, or not tomorrow, either Monday, probably Monday. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. Nah, if y'all still here, y'all some real ones. But if y'all want to see some more videos, just hit the subscribe button. We post it basically every day. We grinding. And there's a video right there if you want to click that shit. Or I might put 2 up here, but click them. You might like them.